Hello YouTube friends. Welcome back. Today we will take an aerial drone tour of the Mill City Museum and St. Anthony Falls in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Mill City Museum is a Minnesota Historical Society museum in Minneapolis. It opened in 2003 and was built in the ruins of the Washburn, mill. It sits next to Mill Ruins Park on the banks of the Mississippi River. The museum focuses on the founding and growth of Minneapolis. The city grew in part through flour milling and other industries that used hydropower from St. Anthony Falls. The mill structure dates as far back as the 1870s. It is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. It is located within the National Park Service's Mississippi National River and Recreation Area. Mill City Museum is part of the St. Anthony Falls Historic District. The museum features exhibits featuring the history of Minneapolis, flour milling machinery, a water lab and a baking lab. The centerpiece of the exhibit is the multi-story flour tower. Visitors sit in the cab of a freight elevator. They are taken to different floors of the building. Each floor is designed to look like a floor in a working flour mill. Voices of people who worked in the Washburn, mill are heard throughout the show. Visitors exit on the 8th floor. Milling equipment is interpreted by staff. The 9th floor observation deck has a perfect view of St. Anthony Falls. On May 2, 1878, a spark ignited airborne flour dust within the mill. The resulting explosion demolished the Washburn, and killed 18 workers instantly. The ensuing fire resulted in the deaths of 4 more people. It destroyed 5 other mills. The event reduced Minneapolis's milling capacity by 1/3. It became known as the Great Mill Disaster. The explosion made national news. It served as a focal point that led to reforms in the milling industry. In order to prevent the buildup of combustible flour dust, ventilation systems and other precautionary devices were installed in mills throughout the country. Driving the milling industry was St. Anthony Falls. St. Anthony Falls was the only natural major waterfall on the upper Mississippi River. The natural falls were replaced by a concrete overflow spillway, also called an apron, after it partially collapsed in 1869. In the 1950s and 1960s, a series of locks and dams was constructed to extend navigation to points upstream. The falls are named after the Catholic St. Anthony of Padua. The towns of St. Anthony on the east, and Minneapolis on the west of the falls, were merged in 1872. The merger turned Minneapolis into the flour milling capital of the world from 1880 to about 1930. Today, the falls are defined by the locks and dams of the upper St. Anthony Falls. The locks are located just downstream of the 3rd Avenue Bridge. These locks were built as part of the Upper Mississippi River 9-foot navigation project. The area around the falls is designated the St. Anthony Falls Historic District. It features a 1.8-mile, 2.9 kilometers, self-guided walking trail with signs explaining the area's past. Did you enjoy your tour of the Mill City Museum and St. Anthony Falls? Please comment below. Please like and subscribe with a click to the thumbs up below. See you next week with more entertaining aerial drone tours.